James Johnson was a Chaves County Sheriff's Deputy, and his role was picking up and transporting prisoners at various locations across the state of New Mexico. In one particular instance in March of 2021, Mr. Johnson was scheduled for a prisoner transport in Santa Fe. And when he didn't show up on time, his superiors verified where he was on the GPS unit in his marked patrol vehicle and found that he was coming from an unauthorized trip from Las Cruces and was in fact speeding down the highway at over 90 miles an hour to make up for lost time because he wasn't supposed to be coming from Las Cruces to begin with. That initiated an internal affairs investigation into Mr. Johnson, and the investigators found that over the course of several months, dating back into 2020, Mr. Johnson had submitted false timesheets in which he claimed hours that he didn't work for the county and was in fact paid overtime for hours he didn't actually perform. After internal affairs did an audit of Mr. Johnson's timesheets that he submitted, cross-referencing them with his GPS unit, they turned over the case to the New Mexico Attorney General's office. And from there, we filed charges against Mr. Johnson for receiving public money for services not rendered. A bench trial was had yesterday, March 14th, 2023. Mr. Johnson himself took the stand, and he testified that his supervisors instructed him to falsify timesheets. Mr. Johnson, again, testified that he was stuck in traffic during those times. And we were able to show at each and every statement that Mr. Johnson gave under oath that it was demonstrably false. And fortunately, Judge Jane Schuler-Gray agreed with the state, and she found Mr. Johnson guilty of 5 felony counts of receiving public money for services not rendered. This conviction shows that public officials are not above the law. Mr. Johnson was tasked with enforcing the laws of the state of New Mexico, and instead of taking that trust and holding it in high regard, he in fact cheated the people of New Mexico by taking money that he was not entitled to.